All right, guys, welcome back to CrawlerTrax. My name is Sam, and in today's episode, we're taking a look at the FX-118 Fury Wagon. Well, we're going to do that, but we're also going to take a look at what's in these boxes. Most of you have probably already seen what's in these boxes because other YouTubers have already opened them up. We just got them today, and we wanted to release this video as soon as humanly possible so we can kind of compare and contrast these three crawlers. And obviously, we're going to compare it to the Fury Wagon. This has been our favorite go-to crawler when we're just looking to go out and crawl and grab something off the shelf. It has actually replaced the T-word, and we have a lot of T-words back there, as our favorite crawler out of the box. So that's saying something because I really like my T-words. This is an amazing rig. These two are amazing rigs. We're going to compare and contrast. We're not going to take a deep dive into them because other channels have done that. If you want to see a deep dive into any or all three of these crawlers, I'm going to send you over to my good friend Ken at the Shop Mini RC. His channel will be right up here in this corner. And he does some deep dives into these. He tears them all apart. We're not going to do that on this channel. We're going to keep it strictly high level and our personal thoughts on which one's our favorite as we compare and contrast these three crawlers. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, first things first, a couple items of housekeeping. First of all, I know a ton of you have reached out to us in the comments below on our last video, the FX-132 Fury Wagon, sorry, the FX-132 MT Etna. That's an amazing rig. We were pleasantly surprised by that rig, and I'll be honest, it was something we weren't expecting to have any fun with. We thought it was going to be too small, and believe me, it's a ton of fun. So if you want to order one of those, they're available for pre-order now, and you might want to pick one up because they're awesome. Second item of housekeeping, you guys have been amazing at your feedback. On our last video, we messed up. We screwed up on the audio. The audio was way out of whack, and that's on me. So I want to, first of all, issue a massive apology to all of you who have watched that video. That video has exploded. Now, it hasn't exploded in YouTube terms, but it's exploded into regards to our channel. So thank you guys for watching that. It really means a lot to me, and I appreciate the feedback on the audio. We're going to try to fix that in this video because we know the last one was a hard watch because of our audio levels. And like I said, that's on me. That's my bad. I'll take the blame for that 100%. Anyway, I just want to throw a quick shout out to all of you who are subscribed and to the ones who have commented down below and told us our audio is too loud. We've reviewed it. We're aware. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you watching our channel. It really means the world to us. Those of you who are new, if you haven't seen or heard of CrawlerTrax, here we are. Oh, and speaking of CrawlerTrax, we have new merch right here. This is our new merch. We'll put a link in the description below where you can pick yourself up some CrawlerTrax swag and merch and be able to show your support for us. And we may be doing a giveaway here shortly in regards to our merch. So stay tuned for that. Now, two items of housekeeping. That's, I think, it. Anything else? Nope. Oh, the third item. Sorry, one more. I want to send a massive shout out to Furitek. Furitek has been amazing. And it's not just Furitek proper, it's Furitek USA. If you don't know the difference, Furitek proper is the manufacturer. Furitek USA is their US distributor here in the United States. So massive shout out to Furitek and Furitek USA. They have been amazing in getting us product so we can take a look at them and we can compare and contrast for you guys. So once again, thank you guys, and we'll put links somewhere down there or up there to Furitek and Furitek USA. But once again, massive shout out to them for sending us these cool rigs. So with their support, we're able to do what we do and bring you guys awesome content. With that being said, let's tear into these boxes and show you what's inside. I'm sure you already know, but hey, they're new, but they're not just released. They've been out for a few weeks now, probably. But they're amazing, and you're going to love them. So let's go. Man, the wind is ripping out there. So if you can hear it on our mics, I apologize. But with our last video, you know, the music. You probably don't mind anyway. Let's get these guys open. We're a little bit closer in now so you guys can see this up close. I did break out the FX-118 Fury Wagon box just so we can compare and contrast. Still got some tape left on here from when we did the first review on it. Wow, that's awesome. But anyway, this box is really cool looking, and that's why I brought it out, because I like the way that Hobby Plus and Furitek does their boxes. I think they're really, really good looking, and they're kind of cool. So we got that out just so we can compare and contrast with the Fury Wagon here. So we're going to set this over here, and let's tear into these guys. First, let's open up this box right here. Now, we know what color this is because it's actually written on the bottom, but so we kind of have an idea. We know what it is, but we didn't know what color we were getting, so let's go. Man, I want a tough tape job. Well done. All right. Obviously, this is unbranded packaging right now because I don't think these are quite out yet. They're for pre-order, and regardless, we'll put links in the description below where you can pick one of these guys up for yourself. Let's open it up. So first things we got, and I'm not sure if you can see that. This is the way it comes, or at least the way ours came. Got a couple foam blocks here. See if I can get them out. One, and we'll just throw them over there, and two. Whoops, hit the camera. First things, let's obviously open up the transmitter here. I have a lot of people tell me, well, at least when we were doing a lot more planes, RC planes, the RC plane guys love them to death. It's a great community, but they are not happy when you call it a remote control. I know with the crawlers, it's a little bit different. What do you guys think? Leave us a comment down below. We call them transmitters or TXs or radios or remote controls. You'll hear us use all of the above. It's just kind of the way we were brought up. If you hear me use remote control, that's probably what I use most frequently. But if you're in the plane world, make sure you call it a TX or a transmitter or radio. Don't call it a remote control. Here's the transmitter or radio, standard radio. It's got your steering trims, your dual rates right down here in these four. I'm not sure which one's which. Looks like the bottom, well, looks like one side is throttle, one side is steering, your dual rates, and your trims. You've got your 4-channel dip switches, and just a couple of miscellaneous throttle reverse, steering reverse, and yeah, your basic transmitter. I'm specifically covering up this so you can't see what brand it is yet till we get the car out. You probably already know. I don't drop it or throw it at you guys. But pretty basic transmitter. I love these things. They fit in the hand nice. You can do them one-handed. You can drive one-handed. All us YouTubers like the ability to drive one-handed because we usually have a camera in our other hand. So very standard transmitter there. Next, you've got a bag with accessories, and you're going to instantly know what this is. It's a Furitek. You guessed it. Looks like you've got some hard springs in here. Charging USB charger and a T-wrench and instruction manual. We're going to put those aside, and here it is in all its glory. Look at that, guys. That's so cool. This is the FX-118 Katana. It is amazing from what I understand. Like I said, I've seen other reviews on this, and there's some really cool things about this. So let's take this off. So satisfying. If I don't catch the mirror, look at that guy. He's sweet. I love the Jeep look. If you don't know, I own a Jeep. I own a JLU, and I absolutely love the Jeep look. And this green, it's got a metallic fleck in it, or flake, and it is freaking cool. Check that out. I don't know if you can see the metallic flake, but it's cool. It's got some Furitek stickers on the windshield. It's got your Katana badging on the side. It's got Furitek and Hobby Plus on the rear, as well as on the side back window here. Pretty cool. Oh, it says Katana on the back too. That's awesome. I love it. This is my first time seeing one in person, so you're getting my genuine Genuine reaction. It's got a snorkel. I've seen image of this. In fact, I was talking to Furitek. I kind of got a sneak peek of these months ago. I wasn't a huge fan of the snorkel, but it actually looks better in real life than I thought it would over the pictures that Furitek was showing me. Really cool. That may come off, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of snorkels as it is. That's just a personal preference. But here's the coolest part about this particular rig right here. This quick release system. What you have to do is you slide that guy back, maybe if I can without watching, there we go. Just slides back, and then this hinges up. Now, you'll notice this wire for the lights is pretty tight. I was watching Tony over at CCXRC, his video, and he has a really cool something he did so this will hinge all the way open. And I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna show you how to do it. But I didn't come up with the idea. It was Tony from CCXRC where I got the idea from. So shout out to you, Tony. Thanks for giving us that cool pointer. I'm gonna close this back up just while we step you through the rest of this. Let's move this box out of the way so I'm not trying to lean over it here. Actually, let's put it down here. Perfect. So you've got the hood scoop, much like the Rubicon. I don't know how many of you know about Jeeps. By the way, this is not officially licensed. But it's a JLU. We all know it's a JLU. The Rubicons typically have these hood vents. They're not actually functioning hood vents on the Rubicons and on the one-to-ones, but they have this. So I would assume that this is a Rubicon model because of those right there. Very characteristic of a Rubicon. It's got the angry grille, which I absolutely love, and a pretty cool front bumper that actually has a little winch port on it. I'm wondering if you could have the room. Probably not, because maybe you might be able to put a winch in there, but I doubt it. I've got a little small 1/18 scale winch that we're using on another project, video coming soon, and it might fit, but it might hit the servo. The servo is on axle. I don't know if you can see it right there. So that puts your center of gravity lower, or your weight down lower, with your servo on axle. On the outside, it's got mirrors that actually have reflective material in them. I don't know if you can see that. They're actually reflective. And it's got rock sliders. I don't know that they're too functioning the way they look, more for aesthetics, but they're kind of rock sliders. And then it's got working headlights and taillights, and we'll show you those when we turn it on. Other than that, looks like a place that you can put a spare tire, and it also has little brackets for shackles if you want to add some scale shackles or scale accessories on the back there, right here on the bumper. The tires, they are a 1.2 inch wheel, and they're nice compound on the rubber, but they're a little stiff. If you know anything about us, we have a habit of running tires without foams. I know I need to get some flubs. I get it. Don't hate me. I'm going to get some. But these are a little stiff. We may end up pulling the foams out of them. And by the way, these are plastic wheels, and they are bead locked internally. So you do have that advantage. I actually don't mind these wheels. They've come on our FX-118. We're going to show you the compare and contrast in just a minute. But I don't mind the wheels. They're actually pretty cool looking, and I love the 1.2 inch size. Okay, with that being said, let's take a quick look at the drivetrain. We got 4-link suspension front and rear. These are plastic links, so we may want to upgrade those. Plastic drive shafts. The drive shafts for the rear is 2 pieces. And, sorry, it's 3 pieces on the rear, and the front is 2 pieces. Apparently, and once again, if you want to know all this stuff, Ken did a deep dive on this. We'll link you to his channel either down in the comments or down in the description or up there. Ken at the Shop Mini RC, he did a deep dive into this, and from what we know, this is all metal gears. So I'm trusting Ken, and we did watch his video, and yes, it is all metal gears. But oil-filled big bore shocks, so that's super nice. You may want to, when you get this, check these, because as I'm feeling these, they don't feel like they have a ton of oil in them, so I'm probably going to go back through and put some more oil in them. They're kind of soft, so we'll put some more oil in those things, top them off. That's to be expected. Sometimes the oil leaks out, or sometimes manufacturers don't put a whole ton of oil in it, so you can put them in yourself. They just put enough to keep them oiled up. Other than that, it's pretty cool. Let's pop the top and let's look at the components inside. I'm gonna open this up. Once again, this quick little quick release, that is genius. I love that feature. Open it up, and I'm gonna go ahead and unplug my lights so I can open this all the way up and let you guys see. So once again, oil-filled shocks. It's got an aluminum frame. If you look right here, you can see the Hobby Plus logo right there and the Furitek logo right there. So all aluminum frame. I love the aluminum frames from these Hobby Pluses and Furiteks. They're awesome. Looks like we've got a Furitek receiver, which goes with the transmitter. And if I remember right, these are FlySky receivers and transmitters. That's who kind of makes them for Furitek, or they're the FlySky protocol. So very compatible, very universal. FlySky is all over the place, so that's nice. Right there is the brains of the operation. That's your ESC. That is a Lizard Pro, and it is completely customizable by Bluetooth. And that's what I love about the Furitek product, is to be able to control your Bluetooth or your rig, your crawler on the fly with Bluetooth is absolutely amazing, and I've used it a ton. It is very cool. You have a battery here. Let's see if we can get this out. I'm not a fan of the rubber bands. I never have been. This is a 600 milliamp, 7.4 or 2-cell LiPo battery. It's quite a big battery for this little rig, which is good. I do believe that's the same one that comes in the Fury Wagon. I could be wrong. I'm just going to set this aside because, like I said, I don't like those rubber bands very much. And then the heart of this beast is right here. Furitek brushless Venom motor. It's so cool. And that's pretty much it. Oh, on the frame, you've got multiple points of adjustment. I don't know if you can see those. There's a ton of places you can put your shocks, front and rear. So that's super cool. Now, the last thing about this rig that we know, well, we'll talk about that a little later when we pull this out. I'm going to save that. So let's put this in aside and let's tear into the next one. I love this quick release. It is so cool. Just like that. All right, that's it for the FX-118 Katana. It's pretty cool. I'm very impressed with just the way it looks. It's Furitek, well done. And I know Hobby Plus contributed, I get it, but they did a sweet job on this rig. This is going to look super scale on the trails, and from what I understand, it's a performer too. So let's set this guy aside. Move the transmitter right there. That is sweet. That looks good. I don't know if you guys can see that. Look at that. We got our custom painted FX-118 Fury Wagon and our new green, which is awesome, Katana. So cool. All right, let's move on to, you all know what this is. This is the Hobby Plus, and let's get it open. Let's slide these over just a hair. There we go. Let's get this open. All right. Let's see here. Oh, cool. Well done on the packaging. Once again, Hobby Plus and Furitek, they make some of the best packaging on the market. Check this out, guys. Yeah, buddy. That's so cool. Let's get this guy out. Oh, whoop, there we go. Oh, man. Look at this guy. CR-18P EVO Pro. That's so cool. All right, specifications, there they are. If you want to pause the video, we'll go through them. Specifications there. If you want to pause the video, we'll go through them. And let's get this guy open. Yeah. So cool. All right, here you go. That's what it looks like when you get it. There it is. So first, you've got, looks like some stickers. It's kind of sad, looks like some vinyl there that's been creased because of the way this was put in the box. Oh, that's awesome. What do you notice here? Hobby Plus, and Furitek. So in the stickers, as well as the stickers, you got a manual, you've got a T-wrench and your charger, just like the Furitek. This is the way it comes underneath. Let's pop open the transmitter first. Once again, pretty typical Hobby Plus FlySky transmitter. It's got the Hobby Plus logo there. On the Furitek one, you'll notice, and all the Furitek ones, for the FX-118 series, you've got the Furitek logo. So let's set that aside. Very common transmitter. They're all the same. 2 blocks of foam. And now for this guy. Oh, he is cooler than I expected. Oh, check that out. Clear body to red with the black graphic in the middle. That is awesome. Or, as I used to say a lot, and people used to notice it in the videos, rad. I love it. That, in fact, looks, if you've ever seen the movie Rad, that's kind of the vibe, I'm telling you. But the thing that's different about this, if you look right here under the clear Lexan, what is that? Anybody recognize that? Well, you should. You've seen it before in this video. Just rewind a little bit, you'll see it. Let's get this guy out of the way. Put him up here. And look at this guy. So let's take a look at this. This is the plastic 1.2 inch beadlock wheels. They're locked from the back, so you don't see the bolts on the front. And like I said, I really like these wheels. I love the hubs on them. The hubs are really cool. Tires, these are soft. Nice compound, and these are a lot softer, meaning the foam inserts are a lot softer than the Furitek. Well, I don't know, maybe they're not. They felt softer. Or maybe the tires are just different. Maybe, I don't know. No, these definitely feel softer. They are for sure softer. Oh yeah, Hobby Plus wins in the soft division. So the foams in here are different than the foams in there for sure. The tire tread looks very similar. In fact, nope, it's not. It's a little bit different. It's got the Hobby Plus logo on the center of the tire. I don't know if you can see right down the center is the Hobby Plus logo. And so does the Furitek. It's got the same tire, almost. These tires are a little bit bigger than the Furitek tires. And we'll show you all that here in a minute. Keep wanting to compare and contrast. Stick to the plan. All right, so obviously it's got all the same features of the Furitek FX-118 series. It's got your portal axles, your servo-on axle. It's got your oil-filled big bore shocks. And again, these kind of feel like they're lacking in the oil department. So we're gonna have to go through and probably re-oil these guys. But it's got 4 body clips in order to take this body off. Let's take this body off. I love the looks of this body, by the way. It is so cool. I love the transparent. It's kind of like back in the 90s, late 80s, you had those transparent phones. Electronics being transparent was a thing back then, I guess. It's kind of what it reminds me of. That's why I like it. And I love to see that Furitek motor just spin away. That's one of my favorite things in the world, is just watching that Furitek motor work. To get a real understanding of how slow that motor actually does move. It's kind of cool. So, Lexan body, it looks like it's got a plastic film over the top of it, which we could peel off. It does, so that's going to be cool. We'll save that for a little bit later. And underneath, you'll notice it is identical. No, it's not. It is not identical. It is very similar to the FX-118 Katana. You got an all aluminum chassis. You've got your, once again, you've got some plates here that your electronics go to get that lower center of gravity, so it also helps out with the weight bias. That's kind of cool. Rock sliders, I guess you'd call them. I'm not sure what those plates are actually called. If you know, leave us a comment down below. But it's got all your electronics housed on these plates right here, these rock sliders, I guess, if you will. But they're not quite rock sliders because your frame's going to rub before these guys do. So, yeah, that's cool though. So, first thing I see is Lizard Pro. That means that this has Bluetooth. It's Furitek electronics in this guy, has Bluetooth. Once again, you can use your app on your phone to tune this guy, which is super cool. That's one of my favorite things about the Furitek brand, is their tunability. Tunability, is that a word? Their ability to be tuned within the app. And it's tuned on the fly. That means you make a change in your phone, you don't have to restart, you don't have to reboot, you don't have to turn your car on and off, you don't have to restart the app, you don't have to upload. It's instant. It is just like that, and I love that. Obviously, you've got the Venom motor, brushless. That's super cool. I don't know that I've seen a video review on the Hobby Plus EVO Pro with the brushless setup. I haven't searched high and low, but I don't know that I've seen one. So this is going to be super cool. I'm super excited to have that brushless motor in there. You've got the same, oh no, you've got a 360 360 milliamp hour battery that is a 7.4, which is also a 2-cell. It looks exactly like the Furitek one, it's just a little bit smaller. And here's the thing that is going to set the Hobby Plus apart from the Furitek. This guy right here, that is a servo. This has a 2-speed transmission in it. And I am in absolute love with the 2-speed transmission. FMS does 2-speed transmissions and they are phenomenal. It's so much fun to have that super slow crawl as well as that speed. And with a brushless, that's going to take it to another level of epic. Right here you've got a FlySky transmitter, or receiver rather. That sits right in front of the servo that shifts the 2-speed transmission. So that's the main difference. The other difference is on the Hobby Plus, you've got multiple mounting points, but not quite as many and not to the degree of the Furitek. And that being said, that's pretty much it. I am pretty sure this is metal geared throughout. No, I think the transmission is plastic. Once again, my good friend Ken over the Shop Mini RC has done a deep dive into this. He's pulled the whole thing apart. We'll link to those videos down in the description or up there in the corner, so you guys can check out his channel. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, go ahead and do so. He is an amazing human being and he's been really good to us here at the Hangar RC. He's just an all-around good guy in helping the community and helping the hobby grow. So check out his channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. That being said, let's compare the Hobby Plus with the Furitek FX-118 Katana, and even compare it to the Furitek FX-118 Fury Wagon. First things first, let's compare these two. The Hobby Plus EVO Pro with the Katana. One thing you'll notice on these frames is this angled skid. That was a big hang up, literally and figuratively, on this guy right here. Let me just take him and open the Fury Wagon up. And now, don't get me wrong, I love the Fury Wagon. And I think I've said that. Pop the top. See the flat skid right here? That is notorious for getting hung up on obstacles. It scrapes over everything. So they fix that with the FX-118 Katana. You'll see the skid is angled. Starts out low and goes high. By the way, it does have multiple mounting points for your 4-link suspension. But we don't typically adjust those unless we're doing new links, high clearance links. So that angle skid is going to be a game changer. A game changer. That angle skid is awesome. So there you go. You'll notice also that the Hobby Plus EVO Pro has angled skids as well. So similarities that are shared between the Furitek and the Hobby Plus EVO Pro that the Fury Wagon does not have. Let's talk about some other features between these two guys. The tires on the Fury Wagon compared to the tires on the Katana, they're about the same size. They have a different tread pattern, if you can see that. And the ones on the Katana are quite substantially wider. I would say at least 5 millimeters wider. That's just with me eyeballing it. I haven't looked at the specs yet, but they are substantially wider. And they look like they're a little bit taller as well. They are a little bit taller. So there's a difference between the Fury Wagon and the Katana. Another thing on the Katana, I mentioned it earlier, that I got the idea from Tony at CCXRC, we love you, Tony, is he took an extension, and all we have is this long one. I know that's super long. We wouldn't normally do that. But he took an extension and just plugged it in to the lights. There we go. And then plugged the lights into the servo. Just a regular servo extension. And what that does is that allows you to have more room, so this can open all the way back as opposed to bind like that. So now I can open that all the way back, and I'll clean up those wires. I'll zip tie them down so that my top has full articulation. I'm going to lock this guy back up. Let's check out the EVO Pro, the brushless EVO Pro, their tires. So the EVO Pro tires are a little bit different tread pattern than the Furitek Katana, and they are about the same width, pretty close, maybe a couple millimeters wider, and they are substantially bigger. I don't know if you can see that, but they are substantially taller. I said bigger, I meant taller, substantially taller. But other than that, I think these rigs are pretty much identical besides those few minor nuances. Now, 2-speed transmission's not minor, but the things we've mentioned, they're pretty identical. Wheelbase is exactly the same. Fury Wagon wheelbase is pretty close to the same, probably exactly the same. This is the EVO Pro. Here's the Fury Wagon, not the Fury Wagon, the Katana. And here is the Fury Wagon. So wheelbases are all pretty similar. Tires are biggest on the Hobby Plus EVO Pro, second biggest on the Katana, and third biggest on the Fury Wagon. Smallest, third biggest, smallest on the Fury Wagon. Other than that, they're fairly similar. The biggest difference, once again, is the tire size, the chassis between the EVO Pro, the Fury Wagon, and the Katana, and the EVO Pro has a 2-speed transmission. Those are pretty much the differences. Other than that, they're pretty identical. Furitek has partnered with Hobby Plus, and man, what a great partnership. Probably the best ready-to-run rigs out there. And keep in mind, I was a T-word guy. I loved the look and the feel and the fit and finish of the T-words. But these guys are quickly becoming my favorites. So, without further ado, let's grab an obstacle and let's get some run footage of these guys on that obstacle, and we'll give you our thoughts and opinions. And I promise, no loud music. Let's go. That was awesome. I hope you enjoyed that run footage. These rigs are absolutely epic. Now, I'm gonna give you a little quick, my overall general thoughts comparison between these three rigs. First of all, let's start with the Fury Wagon. This has been my go-to rig. I think that's about to change. But the only hang up with this, everything is beautiful. And I love the red too, but that's just me. The only thing that is the hang up is that flat skid. That is the one pain point of the Fury Wagon. Other than that, it's an amazing crawler and I would recommend it to anybody, especially if you're first starting out. Second, let's talk about the Katana, the FX-118 Katana. This thing is probably going to be my new favorite go-to rig when I'm just going out to have some fun. The angled skid takes care of all the hang-up. It's a scale body, which I'm a sucker for scale. I love, when we used to fly airplanes, scale was my thing. I loved flying slow. I love flying scale. And same thing goes with the crawlers. I love when they look scale. An amazing product. One thing we did notice and we did break. We broke that snorkel off. We rolled over, it snapped right away. One of the first lines we were trying to crawl on the rocks, that broke. So that snorkel's coming off. Not a big deal. I'm kind of sad there'll be 2 holes in the body, but the snorkel did break and that's kind of a downfall. But, and it's because it's stuck up above the height of the roof, the level of the roof. Now onto this guy. This guy was the best performer on the rocks, hands down. The tires hooked up nicely, the angled skid. This guy was absolutely hands down the best performer. However, if you ask me what my favorite rig was out of the 3, I would definitely say the Katana. Because once again, I'm a sucker for scale looks, and the scale looks of this thing are absolutely beautiful. As far as performance goes, this guy takes the cake. The Hobby Plus EVO PRO takes the cake for performance. But because I'm a scale guy, hands down, this is my go-to rig. This is cool. I love the performance. This would make a great comp rig. The 2-speed transmission is absolutely amazing in this. It's so much fun when you need that extra punch or you're just messing around on flat surfaces. So overall thoughts and impressions. They're amazing. Hey, there's Cade.
Hey guys.
Tell me why I got him here. Let's talk to, look at his sweet rig. Look at that. Upgraded tires.
Yeah.
Upgraded, he got the cedar motor in here. Wheels.
OGRC servo.
OGRC servo.
OGRC, that's what it is.
Yeah, OGRC. What'd you say?
OGG. I get it mixed up.
OGRC servo. It's a sweet Fury Wagon in the original red. There you go. There's your contrast between the two. So while you're here, Cade, tell me, by the way, if you didn't know, this is my son, Cade.
Hey guys.
You've probably seen some of our other videos, but he was like this tall. You were with us crawling.
Mm-hmm.
Out of these 3 rigs, actually, tell me your experience with these 3 rigs. Obviously, you can use your Fury Wagon as comparison versus my stock one. But what do you think about these rigs?
All right. So for this one, I really like this car. It's got some really good stock components to it. The Venom motor is super nice in it. But I would say you're gonna need to upgrade this guy. It just makes it perform a ton better, like whole bunch better. Like it's night and day difference just with everything, and yeah. So I really like this car though, stock. The Katana, I love it, super scale. I love the way they fixed the chassis here. That was definitely a problem. That's one of the problems that I have with my car.
Told you so.
Is the hung up chassis, yeah.
Okay. The square
sure
chassis
nice.
versus the angle chassis.
Yeah. This is also like the Furitek FX-118, like box stock, just with a little bit bigger tires, you know.
The Fury Wagon, right?
Fury Wagon,
Yeah.
that's what I meant. With a little bit of bigger tires, a little bit wider, I'd say, right?
Yeah, they're wider. They're
a little
definitely
bit wider, yeah.
Different tread pattern.
Different tread pattern. So I definitely do like these tires a lot more than these stock tires, but these are still great performers.
What do you think about the clipless system?
I really do like the clipless system. I do not like body clips, that's for sure. The clipless system is the way to go. Good job, Furitek.
For sure. Good job.
However, this EVO Pro, I think is my favorite out of the 3. just because when you're going up, like, what is this called?
Inclines?
Yeah, inclines. When you're going up inclines, these ones have tendencies to roll because of the body and the weight up top. This one has a more like skinnier body, I'd say, more shallow body. So it doesn't have that tendency to roll. Comes stock with bigger tires, you know, same tread pattern as a Katana. But I think this is just an overall better car. But if you're going for scale, definitely get the Katana.
Yes. So, Cade likes comp rigs. He's all about the comp rigs. He wants to change every single one of his rigs to a comp style rig. More power to him. If that's your cup of tea, like I said earlier, the Katana's definitely where you want to go. Or not the Katana, the EVO Pro. Sorry. The EVO Pro is where you want to go. But for the most part, these three rigs, minus the few minor differences we talked about in this video, they're the same. They all have the same heart. They all have the same electronics. The chassis are very similar. They all have the same portal axles, same metal gears. So it's just a really minor differences.
It's a matter of what you like.
Exactly. And the biggest difference between even these two and these two is this is more of a comp style rig. These two are more scale rigs. But don't underestimate the power of the Furitek. They are amazing performers compared to most of your Axials and your TRX-4Ms. All those guys behind us. So don't take that for granted. These rigs are absolutely amazing. And we have enjoyed every single one of these. I mean, to the point where Cade wanted his own. So great rigs. Good job, Furitek. We appreciate you sending us these rigs so we can compare and contrast and do this video. And yeah, all three of these rigs are amazing. I love every single one of them for different reasons. If you're looking for a great starter rig, for someone who's maybe first starting to get interested in the hobby and wants a rig that they can start out with, that's a good performer and something that, you know, maybe they can upgrade as they go along, you cannot beat the Fury Wagon. For its price point and for what it offers, this is an amazing first rig to have. For someone who wants a step up from the Fury Wagon, who's a little bit more experienced, and wants a little bit better performer, I say a lot better performer because of that angled skid and because of the bigger tires, this Katana is phenomenal. It's one of my favorite rigs to date. Furitek knocked it out of the park. I should say Furitek and Hobby Plus knocked it out of the park with this guy. Now, if you're a seasoned veteran and you want a comp rig and you don't care about scale looks, like myself, I care about the scale looks, you want to step up to the EVO Pro. This thing is a beast. It has a 2-speed transmission. It has the Venom brushless motor from Furitek, and the tires are massive, and it's just an all-around great performer right out of the box. Highly recommend this if you're looking at some sort of comp style rig or you want something that performs a little bit better. Overall thoughts and opinions for me, if I had to pick one of the three and only one of the three, my pick is the Katana. I love the way this looks and I'm a sucker for Jeeps, especially JLUs. Snorkel's the only thing we broke, but we had a blast. What a great combination of rigs. Furitek is killing it, and what they're bringing to the hobby is changing the face of the hobby. All right, guys, thanks for joining me on this adventure. Thanks for joining me in this video. Just thanks for joining me, and thanks for being a part of the CrawlerTrax community. We really appreciate every single one of you guys. All of our subscribers, you guys are amazing. We have grown leaps and bounds in the past year, and with our CrawlerTrax product, and our channel's been amazing. It is all thanks to you. Kind of giving you our thoughts and opinions in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to click the thumbs up and the subscribe button. And last but not least, if you like this video, share it out there on social media. There's other people out there. If you love this hobby, and there's got to be other people out there that you know that would love to see what we're doing here at CrawlerTrax. And, you know, why not? Thanks for joining me as we've taken a look at the Furitek FX-118 series Fury Wagon and Katana, as well as the Hobby Plus EVO Pro with the Furitek Venom brushless motor. These 3 rigs are absolutely amazing, and you won't regret purchasing any one of these rigs. They're unreal. It's a major game changer here with the 1/18 scale micro crawlers. These guys are absolutely ridiculous, and they are awesome. You're gonna love them, I promise. And this green, I can't get over this green. It is so cool. Leave us a comment down below. We love to hear from you guys. We try to respond to every single comment we get, even the bad ones about our music. We're sorry, guys. We really feel bad about that. But that video is doing incredibly well. So if you want to see more FX-132 Etna, the MT Etna, the little guy, the little teeny guy, if you want to see more of that, tell us down below in the comments. Well, guys, that's it. Don't forget, we have Facebook. We're on Instagram. We'll leave links in the description below. We are newly on TikTok. So, and soon to be coming, we'll be offering our products through the TikTok shop. We're working through the logistics of that now. And we have our swag. Check out this cool shirt. This is called our Diamond Terrain shirt. And we'll leave a link to that down in the description below. Unfortunately, we're not monetized on YouTube yet, so we can't have our storefront like Ken does. But we'll leave a link down below where you can pick yourself up some rad CrawlerTrax merch. And we're constantly designing more. We're constantly releasing more. We've only got a few items now, but I promise we got more in the works. That being said, thanks for joining me. This has been, you guys, the last couple videos have done really well, and that's all thanks to you guys. And we'll see you on the trail.